Welcome to this week's video. We're just going to show you today how to build and work with dynamic groups. I hope you enjoy it. Next week we'll look at advanced filters. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to look at how dynamic groups work within ACT. And what I want to do is I want to create a group within ACT that automatically populates itself if a contact that I've got in the database meets the group criteria. So what we're going to look at today is where any contact has an email address and is also a customer. I'm not going to find the contacts to put in the group first. I'm going to go over to the group area. I'm going to right click and I'm going to ask for a new group. And I'm going to call that customers with email address. I can put a description in if I want to say exactly what this group consists of, but as you can see, it is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to move directly to Add Remove Contacts. We did a static group last week, so this week we're going to concentrate on a dynamic group, and what I'm going to do is click on Edit Criteria to bring up this filter option. So this lets me build an advanced search within a group. And because I'm looking at the contact data, I need to leave the type on contact here and then choose the field name within the contact screen that I want it to search. So I'm going to type an E to find the email field. And I'm going to say in here the email field has to contain data. And you'll see the value box grays out because the system is saying as long as that field contains data, it will get picked up on this search. I'm then going to say add to list, and that will put that query string into the main filter box. I'm then going to repeat that exercise and I'm going to search for the ID status field, and the ID status field has to be equal to the word customer. If I say add to list again, you'll see I've now built the condition. So it's saying the email address contains data and the ID status is equal to customer. If I click the preview button now, you'll see a result is shown in the bottom of the screen. So I can double check the query that I'm running. In addition, in the field list here, a bit like an Excel spreadsheet, the email column and the ID status column are entered into the preview view at the bottom of the screen so that I can absolutely check that that data is correct. If I say OK to that now and say OK again, you'll see that the group then populates with the correct data. So I've now got the 10 contacts dynamically added to the group. If we just go and look at Angel, you'll see that Angel does have an email address and indeed she is a customer. And if we look at the groups tab here, we should be able to see our group membership. This confuses a lot of people, but this shows static group membership. To see dynamic membership, we click on the show dynamic membership option, and I can now see which dynamic groups Angel is a member of. I'm just going to close that box and I'm actually going to change her status from customer by unticking it to a cold lead. Someone's entered this data incorrectly, for example. If I click away so that that value is accepted, I'm not saving the record card. I'm going to go straight to show dynamic membership, and you'll see that instantly this contact has been added to recently edited contacts because I've just edited the record card, but she's been dropped from the other dynamic groups simply because she doesn't fit the criteria of that group anymore, even though she's still got an email address. So I'm now going to change that back, untick cold lead, and tick customer, click away, and look at the dynamic membership rule again. And you'll see that automatically the contact has been placed into that group. So contacts will move in and out of groups depending if they meet the group criteria or not. So it's an absolutely brilliant way of building dynamic groups for marketing campaigns. If you do use this function for marketing campaigns, it is important, especially email marketing, that you include the email field on your searches, and that's exactly why I've used this example today. So if we close that box, anytime we want to, we can go back to groups over here, click on Add Remove Contacts, and we can view the filter criteria. If we want to tweak or change that slightly, we just click Edit Criteria, and we can open back up that filter screen and change the actual filter that we're running. So if we say OK to that, say OK again, we know that all the time we're working within ACT, those groups are updating. One final thing that I would advise you to do is just use dynamic groups for more comprehensive searches. You'll see by default and out of the box when we install ACT, there is a dynamic group here, which just puts customers into the group. If I just cancel out of that and go back to main screen, it's very simple to right click on the ID status field and look up ID status very, very quickly. And that gives us the same result. So if it's that simple, if the group structure is that simple, I wouldn't clutter the database with too many dynamic groups. So that's dynamic groups from me today. Next video that we're going to run will be working with advanced filters. So we will work on that filter screen again and build something a little bit more advanced. I hope that you've enjoyed this short demonstration of dynamic groups today. Thank you and see you soon.